Good evening, everyone, and welcome to our coverage of Anzac Day football. The feature game tonight, of course, is the one from Football Park, the big game between Port Adelaide and Norwood. Conditions today at headquarters were magnificent, although there was a strong breeze, which in fact was blowing towards the lake end, worth about 4 or 5 goals. David Hines for Port Adelaide today, who played his 100th game, won the toss, and Port Adelaide kicked with the breeze. The Port Adelaide players, in fact, wore black armbands today in remembrance to one of their great players in Jimmy Sawford, who sadly passed away this week. Well, let's take you to the action. It was a great game of Football Park today. We take you there 9 minutes into the first quarter. The score, Norwood 1 point, Port Adelaide yet to score. Your commentators are Kim Dillon and Bucky Cunningham.
Off hands, Jarman to Robran. Defence is working pretty well for the Red Legs, puts it into the centre of the ground and finds Doug Smart. Ball down from centre half forward, feeds off the handball wide to Justin Staritsky. Goes further toward that half forward flank. That's well spoiled, beautifully taken by Payne. He's decided to have a bounce. Now he's got to get around Abernathy. Decides with a kick towards centre half forward. Rowan Smith underneath the ball for the Magpies. Oh, he's decided to handball far too quickly. Weeding intercepted. Muster's got it now, looking for the handball off. Rosonico. McIntosh is in there, but Phelps relieves for the Magpies. Wide towards centre wing. Borlase has made space. Could get it across toward Brown. Decides to go on the pass to Stringer. Stringer now finds Brown. And the Magpies in towards centre half forward. Hodges on the first bounce couldn't quite control. Stephen Williams in there. The step out of the side step back to Stringer. Stringer to Hines. Hines toward the goal front. Straight and direct. And he's put through the first for the Magpies.
Well, it's taken just over 8 minutes and they're kicking with a very strong breeze. We value it to be worth about 4 to 5 goals. And this is how the first goal came on the board. First it was Williams. Robran nearly had him, but he managed to get the handball back to Stringer. He did that carefully and cleverly. Eventually Hines from about 45 metres and the umpire did not move.
The margin is 5 points in favour of Port Adelaide. Almost 9 minutes into the first quarter. Tremendous crowd, great atmosphere. And both sides really putting in the early moments. Johnson out of the ruck to Brown. Had a little look out and saw wide. Hutton has got pace, got there on the left boot. The short pass, intercepting his half pin. Didn't take the mark, but backed it up pretty well with good ground play. Got it back only as far as Brown. Brown goes long and deep. Hodges is the flyer from behind. Oh, one grab over the top. Maynard toward the boundary line. Ross again, and that's put out of bounds quite cleverly. It'll be a throw in about 15 metres around from the Port goal.
Interesting, Andrew Jarman playing fairly wide of Darryl Borlase when Port go into attack, and he's paying a penalty at the moment. Borlase has managed to get free on the grandstand side already on 2 or 3 occasions. The ball punts back towards Matthew Robran, always uses the ball well. That handball found Staritsky, albeit a little short initially. Has one bounce, draws the loose man. It goes over the top to Matthew Kelly. That handball was short as well. Kelly's under pressure. He's got 3 to beat. He gets the handball back towards Maynard. In turn to Jarman. He lost it. Kicks it off the ground, and North East should have taken that. Payne applies the pressure. Muster picks up the football. Around his body, and he finds Bruce Abernathy. David Brown all by himself centre field. The kick not accurate. Hutton, the spoiler from behind. That was disciplined play. Oh, Williams nearly loses his head, but he's got the free kick. Plays on with a handball out to Greg Phillips, the crowd favourite if you're a Magpie supporter. Wobbly kick forward. Craig Baum back there. And we'll have a ball up, and yes, Craig Baum playing very defensive as a ruckman.
Yes, he's getting back there and being in position for the long balls coming in. Of course, that stifles Hodges' run, and he was the player who kicked 10 last week for the Magpies. Quick soccer off the ground. Borlase was in there. Matthew Robran does it well. Out toward Thomas. Thomas toward the centre wing. Rowe leading in the race for the ball. Biaggi with him. Rowe puts it down. Biaggi hassling from behind. That's good work by both players. Eventually it comes to Hutton. Hutton goes in long towards centre half forward. Hines is well out of position, and Baum lurking back there takes the mark. To Andrew Jarman. Wide. Matthew Kelly has been in the play a lot in this first quarter. Onto his left boot he goes. Long and direct. Weeding on the lead. That's a good pass. Great play. The handball back to Muster. Muster toward the goal front with a low kick. No one there to protect. Muster's third kick, his first goal, and the first on the board for the Red Legs.
Yes, this has been a very impressive opening by Norwood. Matthew Kelly on the outer side, as Brian mentioned, he's been in the play quite prominently. That kick was a beauty to Weeding. I'm very impressed with him as a player. The handball went over to Muster with kick number 3. Kept it very low into the breeze. It wobbled through. But Norwood 1-1-7. Port Adelaide 1 goal. We've had nearly 12 minutes of this first term.
This is a very good start for the Red Leaks, holding Port Adelaide with the use of the breeze and managing to score into it themselves. Michael Abbott puts it down. Johnson in ruck. Balm over the top. Taps it back. That's good work for Staritsky. Robrin coming through. Oh, that's a good long kick into the forward line. In front, almost the mark to Muster. McIntosh tries to break the pack. Didn't take the ball with him. He's got the free. Well, 2 Port players, Brizonico and Phelps for the tacklers. Macca just going through and through the head up. The tackles were applied a fraction high. And Gary McIntosh will line up from only 30 metres out. This is a difficult kick. It might seem easy from there, but that breeze awfully strong. The captain, left boot, direct through the centre for his first.
A tremendous start to Norwood. We try and pick up what's happening in this centre square. McIntosh named centre, but I get the feeling they're running 2 centremen in there. The ball came to ground. Macca tried to crash his way through. The tackle was high, and well, you could see the hand on the shoulder. Perhaps a little unlucky, Port Adelaide, but you get rewarded when you attack the ball like that.
Norwood 2-1-13. Port 1 goal, 6 points. In the centre again, Johnson gets it down. Staritsky is taking it away beautifully from the centre. That's the second time he's done that. He's gone long and deep, weeding the ball, thumped away by Phelps. Comes to ground, Payne. Oh, he held onto it and tackled from behind. The umpire's decided that's the free kick. And you can't back into a pack with the ball, and that's a good decision by Laurie Argent. Ball northeast, tumble punt into the centre of the ground. Plenty of players there. Lester Ross was the player who missed the mark. Then he backed it up. The handball wide to Staritsky, having a feast in the centre of the ground. 7 possessions. He's gone to Phillips at centre half back for the Magpies, and he'll play on quickly. Always does with a handball across. The Archie always lurking there to take it. To Brown. Across to Bourlays. Given plenty of space. The Magpies are building to Wanganeen. Across to Hutton. The handball wasn't quite to the body, but Hutton's got it long to the goal front he goes, but he's hooked that one offline. And a good build-up for the Magpies, but not the goals on the board that they want at this stage of the game.
No, they're not getting enough of the football at the moment, the Magpies. I'm sure they would be playing long and direct into this with this breeze if they had the chance. They're not getting enough possessions. That's not a bad kick either by Warhurst. The ball loose, tapped out by Rowan Smith. Picked up by Rowe. Clever handball to Matthew Kelly. Infield towards Maynard. In turn to Andrew Jarman. Jarman lifts the eyes, drops in a short pass. And he's behind Douglas Smart. Smart puts it up high. Out there, the target was weeding, but never really gave him a chance. Paul Brizonico takes a straight mark. Strong mark even, I should say. Number 17 for the Magpies. We've had nearly 15 minutes of the first term. Oh, big leap out there. No mark taken. Hines was the leaper. Robrin tapped it out towards Rowe, but Tregenza coming through, soccers that off the ground. We'll have a throw in on the outer side, about 60 metres away from the Port Adelaide goal, and Neil Balm would have to be feeling fairly satisfied with this first quarter.
It's the Red Legs by 6 points, and we're over 15 minutes into the quarter. The handball comes out. Wanganeen toward the goal front. He goes with a low kick, and he's put it straight through the centre. Rowan Smith was the handballer. I think David Hines was in there as well. And a great goal to the Magpies, and one they sorely need.
Jane, let's go down to lift.
Sure.
Nice.
Yeah, it's our new Pintara T.
Really?
Yeah.
The all-new 1990 Nissan Pintara T with power steering, 2.4-litre engine, 4-wheel disc brakes and a 2-year warranty.
Very nice, Roger.
The kids love it.
Pintara has the power to please.
Love his car.
It's a Nissan, that's my car.
His car.
Move it. Come on. Move.
It stands to reason when you back the Balfours team, you back South Australia. Balfours pies, pasties and sausage rolls for all the right reasons.
Lurkeries, get them before they get you. The ancients believed our whole lives were predetermined, that like these astrological symbols, it is written. Introducing Zodiac. It shows how astrology and the mystic arts can still guide us on love and money, home and work. How do crystals change the way you feel? How does palmistry explain behavior? What do dreams really mean? Zodiac builds into a lasting reference work, covering a different subject each week. Unlock the secrets of Zodiac at your newsagent.
Hey, it's Saturday. Entertainment that's out of this world.
From outer space and I'm back.
Acts you just have to see to believe. Totally unique.
1 minute stiff. The next.
Completely outrageous. And the music's hot too, with Everything But the Girl, Peter Couples, Jody Gillies, and Bang the Drum.
I think I've got water on the brain.
Hey, it's Saturday. 6:30 Saturday on 9.
Time on is a crucial stage, and a game like this between two top sides, they'll know it's time on and be working just that extra bit harder, because a lot of goals are scored in the last couple of minutes of quarters in tight games like this. Rodney Maynard puts the ball in towards centre half forward. Biaggi spoils. Lester Ross takes his opposition back pocket player, puts it in toward Weeding. He's in front in good position, spoiled away by Phelps. Good body work, Payne in there over the top of the ball, and that was good football all round. Weeding was calling for holding the ball. Phelps is on the bottom of the pack and the ball is under him. Whether in fact he had a chance to get rid of it, no one really knows. The umpire didn't think that it was worth a free kick. Umpire Laurie Argent puts it down about 40 metres out from the Norwood goal. Smart is in there. Thomas tries to take it through. He's tackled. Phillips over the top of the ball and no one can get that one out. And again, Laurie Argent to do the honours. 15 points is the margin in favour of the Magpies, 26 minutes into the second quarter.
Well, the legs need a quick tap and a snap. Let's see if they can win the tap. Smart doing the ruck work. Over the top, it looked like could have been Phelps. A dead heat once more. And Laurie Argent will bounce the ball. There's been a great turn by Port Adelaide. They've worked hard. That's the only way to play into the breeze. Macca having plenty to say out there, the new Norwood captain. Yet to lead his side to a victory. They went down to North Adelaide last week. He's in there trying hard on the bottom of the pack with Phillips. And once more, Argent will bounce. And the football hasn't been spectacular this afternoon, but it's certainly been tight.
Still 35 out. Argent puts it down. Weeding over the top. Oh, what a great tap to Payne. His third chance, and this time, third time lucky, puts it through for the Redlegs. Good goal.
Well, I mentioned earlier they needed a tap and a snap, and that was a tap and a half by Weeding. He pushed it out into the clear path of David Payne, and on the third occasion, or his third attempt, let's have a look at this. It's a beautiful tap. First bounce to Payne. He had time to straighten. He was only about 20 metres out, and he finally converted. And Norwood edge a little bit closer. They trail by 9 points, 27.5 minutes into the second term.
Back in the centre, umpire Michael Abbott puts it down. Hines in ruck, Hall jumping high, gets it down to Rowe over the top of the ball. Tregenza tried the quick kick out. Staritsky over the top of the ball, Halfpenny as well, and it comes out, but the umpires decided he was going to bounce it. One of those decisions that umpires make from time to time, decided to blow the whistle just as it came out. The quick kick away by Staritsky toward half forward. McIntosh, great body. He's played on quickly, the wide sweeping handball. Andrew Jarman 50 metres out, long to the goal front. What a kick, what a goal.
And that makes Super Sid pretty happy, and that's better football, and that is what the crowd expects to see here at Football Park today. Good mark by McIntosh. Used his body tremendously well. Abernathy tried everything, but full credit to McIntosh. Then a sweeping handball of about 15 metres. And from 50 metres out, Andrew Jarman, assisted by the breeze, split the centre. And all of a sudden, there's 3 points the difference.
Back in the centre, that was Andrew Jarman's 13th kick. That last goal, and Rose got it. Andrew Jarman feeds it out. Staritsky goes forward with the kick. It covers a good 30 or 40 metres. Abernathy spoils the ball away toward the boundary line. Payne gets there first. He's got Weeding in support, gets the handball back to him is good work. Weeding in toward the centre half forward area. Oh, Rozonica up high, over the top, the ball's taken. Muster has put it through, and the Redlegs edge closer.
Well, in fact, they've hit the front by 3 points, and we spoke about the importance of the time-on period. Norwood have kicked 3 goals in this time-on period. In fact, 3 goals in about 90 seconds. Brilliant handball by Payne back to Weeding to set up this play. Rozonica up too early. Muster stood his ground. The ball sat beautifully for him. He couldn't miss from 15 metres out, and he didn't. The Redlegs have stolen a 3-point lead.
29.5 minutes played, second quarter, and how important this time-on period is. The Redlegs have scored those 3 goals in it. Oh, Hall is leaping high, gets it down. Williams tries to get it away, couldn't. Smart is over the top of the ball. Andrew Jarman again. Beautiful work to Staritsky. Staritsky wide and deep. There goes the siren. And that ends a great second quarter of football. Norwood are 8-5-53. 3 points in front of Port Adelaide on 7-8-50.
Will Zanette's birthday wish come true?
You could get the biggest present of all.
She's playing for the cars and all the prizes. 7 o'clock tonight in Sale of the Century.
So what's news? We've got our glasses, have we?
Glasses, yes.
You seen a Shell service station around here?
A what? Shell?
Yeah.
What's the difference?
A lot. They've got Ultra. It's the only regular unleaded with a sparkator. It's good, real good.
Sparkator?
Yeah. Helps smooth everything out. When you put your foot down, it works. Watch this. They got Ultra. It works. Yeah?
When you want decorative palms and plants, don't blunder about in the wilderness. Go direct to Palm World on North Terrace and drum up a bargain. 5-foot Cocos palms, only $2.95. Bangalow palms, multi-planted, 3-foot size, $4.95. 3 to 5-foot Alexander palms, $6.95. 3-foot Kentia palms, $19.95. And black boys from $50.
Make it easy on yourself. The greenhouse effect you want is easy to get at Palm World. Get the pick of the palms and plants at 41 North Terrace City. Palm World, open 7 days.
To some, this is just a dog. To others, it's a pet. To a blind person, it's a whole new future of mobility and freedom. Through its guide dog services and many other invaluable activities, the Royal Guide Dogs are helping blind and visually impaired people take a new lease on life. But they need your support. Contact the Guide Dog Association in your state and start giving them the lead they need.
Andrew Jarman lurking. Phillips is there as well. Oh, the throw-in was short. Hines was over the top of it, picked up by Andrew Jarman. Kicked forward in toward the full forward area. Oh, Doug Smart has got one hand to it and said that's good enough. I'll grab it with that. Good mark, Smart. Was going short toward the half forward area. That kick wasn't on. Staritsky is there. He's caught with it from behind. The tackle was applied. The umpire says he's holding the ball. Well, that's a mistake and one that Norwood might well rue.
The lack of talking. Staritsky thought he had more time. We're 14 minutes into the third term and Tregenza puts it out wide. Big leap, Borlase, he's taken the mark and he's off. The quick handball out to the running Abernathy. Kicks the ball a long way. He's looking for Hodges and Hodges takes the mark, walks in and kicks his third goal, and they are 30 points in front, the Magpies.
That is the sort of play that wins footy games, when you can go direct and long from mistake in the back lines, and Borlase across to Abernathy as we see it again. Very clever body work there by Hodges. Used the body well. Warhurst out of position, played on, run in goal, but the way they transferred the ball so quickly, end to end, and things aren't looking good for the Redlegs. At this stage, 30 points down.
We mentioned it earlier, something had to happen sooner or later. One of these sides had to take advantage of this breeze. 12-12 plays 8-6. The Pies leading by 30 points. Can the Redlegs fight back? That's the big question. The ball socket out to Tregenza. Setri in there. Kelly went without it. Setri kicks the ball forward. Matthew Robran back there. Good spoil. The crumbs go down to Halfpenny. He handballs it straight to McKay, who snaps around his body. Make that 31 points the difference.
Great mathematics, Kim. The crowd were up. They thought it was a goal. Just dragged across the face a bit. Warhurst. Thomas. Looking towards centre wing. kick is low, into the breeze. Murdoch underneath it and takes the mark.
Brian, Norwood have kicked 1 point in this term, and that was rushed by Bruce Abernathy.
Yes, they really haven't had many chances up forward. That breeze is strong. We know it may have even strengthened. It's getting a lot darker here at Football Park, and maybe rain is imminent as well. Let's hope not. Phillips spoils it away. Andrew Jarman, the short kick in. The chance for Weeding. He's got it. No, he hasn't. Fiacci has taken it away. Just couldn't control it, James Weeding. And Fiacci's kick, long with the breeze, towards centre half forward. Borlase almost took the mark. A good attack on the ball. Looking at half forward with the left boot, but finds Pike. Pike on the 50-metre line toward the centre wing area. Weeding over the top has obviously been moved to centre half forward, and Smart to full forward in this third quarter to try and get more marking power. The free kick has gone to Fiacci on centre wing.
Yeah, you're spot on, Brian. Doug Smart was moved to full forward. He's now opposed to Phelps. Weeding opposed to Phillips. There's a good mark there taken by Stringer. Paul Stringer hasn't kicked a goal. He kicks the ball a long way, though. That's off a standing start. It's not a bad effort. Oh, it bounced through. What a leg break. Port Adelaide running riot here at Football Park.
Paul Stringer, magical goal. And what a mark. He's took it a good 60 metres out. And he goes back quickly, and that's good sizing up of the situation, because he saw there was no one in the goal square, but he wouldn't have credited this bounce. Look at that. Goal umpire happy as Larry to put that one through the centre. And Magpies now 36 points up.
And Brian, the crowd is cheering as the ground announcer just told them the score, as the scoreboard is still not working, and it's all Port Adelaide. The difference, in fact, is 37 points. Now, Norwood need a couple of goals, and they need them quickly in this term. There's plenty of time to get a few on the board. One-on-one battle. Rosonico, superior strength to Muster. Fiacci takes Muster out. The handball goes over the top to Phelps. And just a little bit of arrogance creeping into the Port Adelaide game at the moment. They can sense they're in control. 2 against 1. Let's see if they can win this one, the Redlegs. Row over the top. Kelly there. The handball could have gone to Staritsky. The option of Jarman was used. Then the short pass to McIntosh. They made hard work at that mark. Too far out to score. Very crowded back there. Phelps in there. Fiacci at the back of the pack. Smart is the target. No one took the football. It's now tapped forward. Phelps trying to punch it away. Abernathy in there. Great strength by James Weedy as they both had hold of that football. Wonder they didn't burst the bladder. 37-point margin at the 18-minute mark of this third term.
The Magpies have kicked 6 goals for the quarter, and no reply by Norwood. Rosonico to the line. It'll be a throw-in. Scoreboard is now working here at Football Park after the power failure, thank goodness. 13-13-91 Port Adelaide. Norwood are 8-6-54. Hines up over the top, taps it in their row, working hard. Hines, like a rover, takes it to the line again. It'll be a throw-in. 17 points the margin. 37 points, should I say? Get the maths right. Hines across to Brown. Brown on the right boot toward the centre wing, but underneath Big John Hall the mark.
Makes me feel better, Buck, when you make a mistake like that being a school teacher. Oh, Kelly runs himself into trouble. That was a la Ebert handball by Hall. The Redlegs go forward. They had 3 there from behind. Hines had the superior reach. Magnificent spoil right down the throat of Rowan Smith, who puts it forward. And Norwood have the numbers once more. Halfpenny. They just can't find the bodies at the moment, though. They're putting it up high and hoping, and that's what's happening. They're falling down badly. That's 50 metres. The ball tapped out of the hands of Greg Phillips. Oh, that's a costly mistake with this breeze. Let's have a look at it. Here's Stephen Rowe. You've just got to let him go once. Gee, how's that for 50 metres? That's huge. I suppose that's about right. And Greg Phillips. What's he like kicking at goals, Brian?
Well, he has played up forward for Port Adelaide early in his career, but any good experienced player knows where the goals are.
He puts that kick on its way. It's an awkward style, but gee, they don't come much straighter than that. And with his 5th kick, he's kicked the goal. He doesn't do it very often, and the Port players are pretty happy. What about that style, Brian? He looks like he's walking a tightrope when he lets go with that boot.
Yes, the The end result, Kim, is what counts, and Greg Phillips has kicked his goal, and it would be one of the few goals he's kicked in league football in a long time, I would think. And that really has put the stamp of court on this game. 14-13, 97 to Norwood, 8-6-54.
Well, it was sunset strip for Greg Phillips. It was his 77th goal in something like 240 league games. Borlase kicks forward, 14-13, plays 8-6. Rowan Smith couldn't take the mark. Halfpenny kicks out towards the boundary, and that will beat all players. We'll have a throw in on the outer wing. Time ticking away here for Norwood. They need some quick goals into this breeze. We're just over the 20-minute mark. In fact, 21 minutes into this third term, so we have about, well, I'd say we've probably got 9 minutes remaining, because Port Adelaide have kicked a lot of goals, so the pressure is really on for the legs. Lester Ross with the ball. Kicks it straight to Greg Phillips. One of the worst kicks I've seen. I don't know why he placed it there. Phillips pushes Murdoch away, gives it to Williams. He weaves his way through the pack and buys a little bit of time to place it out in front of Hodges. Hodges has kicked 3. It's close to the boundary line. Back towards Hutton. In turn, Setri has a look at the goals. That's a pretty useful kick. That's his second goal with his 10th kick.
Well, Port Adelaide made something out of nothing. It was close to the boundary line. That was a clever handball by Hodges. Across to Hutton. Hutton to Setri. Just had to steady for a moment, size up the goals, and okay, he's got the breeze, but that is good work from there. And Adrian Setri has finished off a great piece of play. 15-13, 103, the Magpies. Norwood are 8 goals, 6, 54.
Crunch time for the Redlegs. Hall in ruck, opposed to Hines. Hall didn't really win the tap, but he got up the highest. Jarman in there. He's been quiet in this term. In fact, Norwood haven't had winners anywhere in this third term. It's just been sheer hard work and common sense football by the Magpies, which sees them leading by 47 points. A tap won by Hall. Jarman in there. And the free kick will go the way of Stephen Rowe. Finds himself in a little bit of trouble. The handball over to Jarman. Wobbly kick out wide to the halfback flanker in Pike, who's moved up the ground. His kick is a shocker as well. Goes straight to Abernathy, and it's amazing what a little bit of pressure does, Brian. Norwood making plenty of mistakes. Jarman underneath that. Punches it towards the boundary line. And I am genuinely starting to wonder whether Norwood can come back from here. They trail by 7 goals. 7.
It is a big margin, and they've got the use of the breeze in the final quarter, which probably is worth 5, but it's Port who are running at the moment. Handball comes across to Brown. Brown toward the goal front. The lead was on by Hodges. Missed that and went to goal for a point.
Yeah, and Hodges wasn't the option. Brown, in fact, the ball should have gone back towards Setri. He's about 20 metres out from goal, all on his Pat Malone. Could not have made a mistake from there, but Port Adelaide, I think it was Brown, didn't see him as he went towards goal. Hall, the mark not paid to Pike. Back to Rowe, puts it up high. Lost all method and system in this third term, Norwood. Weeding a long way down. He's playing centre-half forward now. He puts the handball out in front of Staritsky. Was picked up by Setri. He's had a good third term. He's kicked 2 goals in this quarter. Funny-looking left-foot kick, but very effective. It finds Piatti, and doesn't George love a run? Hasn't had many chances today, but he chips it up. And it's gone straight to Murdoch, who drops what he should have taken. Hutton, a good handball back to Williams. He's clever, Williams. Has plenty of time, and one of the better kicks, Brian, on both sides of the body, but that certainly wasn't his best, and he's not pleased.
No, he was hurried on that one a little bit, Stephen Williams, but you can always rely on him getting the ball. He's a hard worker, no doubt about that. So is Tom Warhurst. He's got it in the back pocket. And will kick out toward half-back flank. Breeze holding it up again. Stringer's up high. He's got it. And Paul Stringer, repeatedly the longest kick in the Port Adelaide side, is kicking from the 50-metre line and should just about make the distance. Strong mark. Good pair of hands. He's done a good job playing key centre-half forward. Has 1 goal to his credit, and he comes. 9th kick. He's put it out to the right-hand side, and it's staying there. Distance was no problem. Accuracy was. Port Adelaide 15-15, 105. Norwood 8-6-54, 51-point margin.
And that wasn't a bad kick. You would have thought that the ball would have come back. And we're just into time on in this third quarter. 54 plays 105. Hines up high, couldn't take it. Matthew Kelly in there, gets a wobbly kick away. And it's all Port Adelaide. It won't matter as the boundary line wins out, but Abernathy certainly had it covered. The ball had decided to stay in play. And that Port Adelaide supporter would be feeling fairly pleased. Huge crowd here at Football Park, close to 40,000. Anzac Day, the action on Nine's Wide World of Sports. Thomas to Hamble, out towards Staritsky. Those two players must come into the game for the Redlegs. The ball drops into the breeze, punch towards Payne. He's been quiet. Out to Ross, back towards Thomas. They need a goal and they need it badly. The pass out searching for Rowe. The bounce eludes him. It eludes everyone and picked up by Muster. Back towards Smart. He stabs at that one. It doesn't make the distance, and Abernathy picks up another possession and passes it out towards Hines.
Hines has got space. He's about 30 metres away from the opponent. Eventually kicks to half forward. That's covered a lot of distance. Darren McKay is there. Back there is Matthew Kelly. Has to handball the ball off. And eventually it finds its way to Lester Ross. Maynard, short, looking for Weeding, but over his head, not well delivered. Hutton. Rowan Smith, no mark as it was touched off the boot. Thomas, handball is smothered. Port working hard, and that was evidence of it from Tregenza. Matthew Rodman is in there, Darren Mackay, and the head is down. The coach can't be happy.
He can't believe it. He looks like he wanted to hide then. He would be devastated. They needed the third term like the first term. As we mentioned, one of these sides sooner or later had to take advantage of this breeze, and it's been Port Adelaide at their brilliant best. Just like that handball that went out towards Tregenza. He lines up the goals. Hodges back there. Good spoil by Warhurst. The ball goes over the line for a point. Port Adelaide 15-16. We're well into time on. Norwood 8-6-54.
Tom Warhurst has seen plenty of the ball this quarter. Puts it in. Big John Hall over the top, takes the mark. Gavin Wanganeen has got a bit of cramp. Lester Ross comes away towards centre wing. Weeding, tap down was clever. Staritsky. McIntosh now had the bounce through half forward, just got it up again. Raised the eyes, looked for Rowe and found him inside the 15-metre line, and that's good work, and that's reminiscent of their first quarter. He's called to play on, has to put the ball out to Andrew Jarman in a better position, takes the mark and plays on quickly to Payne. Payne straight to goal, and he's hooked that one right around. So nothing but nothing going right for the Redlegs.
That lady can't believe it, nor can I, Brian. David Payne is normally a very good kick. Norwood have kicked 1 point, and that was rushed in this third term. And the mighty Magpies have kicked 8 goals, 8. Rosonico puts it out wide and high. All from behind. Front of the pack was Weeding. Off hands McIntosh. Underground handball was clever. Finds Rowe. They need a grab. Muster there. Snapped it well, or snared it well, and he snapped it well as well. And that's their first goal for the third term, if you can work that out.
Well done, Ivan Muster has put through his third goal. Used the body well. Edged out Rosonico. The bounce favoured him. No time to look at the goals. Didn't need it because he threw it around and straight through the centre. And 3 goals from a forward is a good effort. 1 in each of the quarters to Ivan Muster. We've played 29 minutes of this third quarter. 106 plays 60.
Yes, 46 points. It's a big ask in the last quarter. You can't write off the Redlegs. They've been a great side for a long time, and there's a lot of pride at stake here. 2 traditional rivals as the ball is pushed forward. Time running out for the legs to goal. Port Adelaide may get one more chance. No, it might be Norwood to get the final crack as we're 29.5 minutes into this third term. The ball loose, evades everyone. Rowe in there, couldn't control it. Phillips through solidly. Picked up by Weeding, lost it to Rowe, his teammate. The handball out by Weeding again. Now Phillips crashes one away to Hutton. Here's the last chance for the Pies. A beautiful kick. Hodges, good body work. The mark's been paid. Warhurst looks at the umpire, but there was nothing wrong with that.
Yes, the body edged out, and in fact he ended up with a couple of metres spare. So a great mark by Hodges, and really coming into it, kicking for his 4th.
Yes, he's kicked 2 goals in this term. This will be kick number 7. He kicked 1 in the first quarter. He's now kicked 4 goals, and Port Adelaide lead by 52 points.
Jane, Ground to lift?
Sure.
Nice.
Yeah. It's our new Pintara T.
Really?
Yeah.
The all-new 1990 Nissan Pintara T with power steering, 2.4-litre engine, 4-wheel disc brakes and a 2-year warranty.
Very nice, Roger.
The kids love it.
Pintara has the power to please.
Love his car.
It's a Nissan, that's my car.
His car.
Tonight, I have special for us. Guess. Island steak. Lean, juicy, round steak, marinated in pineapple juice. Coconut milk, Tabasco, and a hint of ginger.
Yuri, where you find all these things?
Steer steak in hot pan. To finish, simmer marinade and pour over steak.
Yuri.
Today's steak. Can you imagine anything better?
Hundreds of young people have supported the telethon quest over the past 30 years. The success of the quest owes much to the generosity of its valuable sponsors. Telethon acknowledges Continental Airlines for providing friendly, relaxed flights to Los Angeles and New York for winners. American Express for travelers checks worth $2,000. Day Cut Unlimited for investment packages for winners. Australian Airlines for all interstate travel and incentive prizes thanks to Zammel's Jewelers. Valued contributions that reward entrants in the 1990 telethon quest. Friday night, world figure skating at its very best in a premiere special, combining speed, grace and breathtaking skills from Russian world champions Godeva and Grinkov, Canadian sensation Kurt Browning, world champion Midori Ito of Japan, ice dancing greats Paul and Isabel Duchesne in a routine choreographed by Christopher Dean, and more. All gliding the ice toward Winter Olympic attention. The 1990 World Figure Skating Championships, Friday, 8:30 on 9.
In National 9 News tonight, a nation remembers. Near record crowds have turned out in all states to mark Anzac Day, but the focus of remembrance was the dawn at Anzac Cove. We'll bring you a comprehensive coverage of Anzac Day at home and on the shores of Gallipoli, first at 6. We'll also have the latest on the devastating flood sweeping outback Queensland and New South Wales. 2 more towns are now bracing themselves against rising floodwaters. And are our trees dying? Tonight's top stories at 6 on 9.
38 points in favour of Port Adelaide, and they've done it all in the third quarter with an 8-goal burst that has simply destroyed the Redlegs. Brown toward the centre wing, over the back, taken by Darren McKay, plays on quickly. Abernathy provides the run through the half-back area into the centre. It's gone to Setri, beautiful handball to Tregenza, has taken one bounce, he's got pace, goes short, Borlase on the lead and has taken the mark and had a look and decided, well, I can kick one from there. And that's Port Adelaide all over in this second half. Use of the ball has been superb. I've had a look, sized the situation up, and Daryl Borlase is lining up with his 18th kick. He's kicked 1 goal, but he hasn't got his second. And that breeze must be pretty strong, or else it wasn't a good kick from Borlase.
Yes, out of bounds on the full, and many Norwood supporters now leaving Football Park trying to beat the traffic, and well, you probably can't blame them. I can't see them getting out of it at this stage. We're nearly 17 minutes have gone here in this final term. A wobbly kick out to Kelly. Kelly around his body, but gee, they're making it easy for the Port defence. Some of the footwork and disposal has been quite ordinary by Norwood in this second half. The ball goes up high. Warhurst and Hodges both fall down. They've had a battle royal. Setri, in fact, McKay gets the handball out towards Brown. The goal is unprotected. The ball goes over for a point. So Port Adelaide move on to 16-18, 114. The commanding lead over Norwood, 11-9-75.
Captain Russell Johnson has been on the ground only in the first quarter and hasn't taken his place since, and one wonders whether he's still recovering from that injury that's kept him out. Staritsky with the ball. The mark at half back goes towards centre half forward. Oh, big fly from behind Abernathy. Has played well and normally does. 16th kick from a half-back flank is pretty good. Goes toward half forward. Has found McKay. He's a promising youngster too, Darren McKay. Goes short to Rowan Smith. Rowan Smith now sizes it up. Goes toward the lead of Hodges. Hodges, 1 grab, 2. He's got it. Dragged it in with the one hand. So the full forward on the lead. 1, 2, and pulled it in. That was a good mark. Plenty of pressure applied. Warhurst could do little about that. Hodges, 4 goals to his credit. 3 of them in the third quarter. And no, that one is well offline too. Out of bounds on the full tired legs, I would think. Scott Hodges was limping a moment ago, and that may be, and there he is again, the reason.
We've had nearly 19 minutes of this final term. John Hall couldn't take the mark. At the back of the pack is Williams. Williams chips out a short pass, and he finds McKay. The ball smothered off the boot by Pike. Tapped back towards Williams. He wrong puts the opposing number 10 in Ross, then chips out a short one, and this time he tries Stringer. Stringer from about 70 metres out. Short pass, this time back to Williams. They'll be quite happy to do that. Mind you, I think the game is well and truly won, but possession football into the breeze is good football. Mark to John Hall. The handball out to Robran. He's been one of the better players for Norwood. His handball over the top to Andrew Jarman. In turn to Matthew Kelly. Kelly's wobbly kick forward, Weeding front position and takes the mark. Plays on the handball, looking for McIntosh. Now he's looking for Smart. He puts it out to that player. It's not a good kick. That probably tells the story of the disposal by Norwood today. It hasn't been all that flash.
And the supporters are leaving, many of them in red and blue hats. Port supporters probably staying on to the bitter end because they're enjoying the lead that Port Adelaide have. 114 plays 75. Piarchi, quick kick away. Darren McKay up, taps the ball over the back. Tregenza there, leaves it for Brown. He uses the body well. Brown towards Stringer. Stringer on centre wing. Feeds it back to Brown. Oh, John Hall met him heavily, but Tregenza has got it off him. Setri forward, short pass. Borlays and another loose player up forward. Port can go across to Foster. Oh, comes from behind. The tackle was Krug. Tom Warhurst a little eager. Oh, Hodges is by himself in the goal square. That is very loose play. Hodges has kicked his 5th goal.
We leave the game there with both Norwood and Port Adelaide adding a further goal each. The final score, Port Adelaide, a great performance, 18-19, defeating Norwood 12 goals 9, a margin of 46 points in favour of the Magpies, and they certainly were magnificent. And after the game, former Port Adelaide champion Bucky Cunningham spoke to the present champion, of course. But before we go to that, we'll see the goal scorers there. Hodges kicking 6, 2 each to Brown, Wanganeen and Setri, and for Norwood, Muster 3 and Rowe 2. As I said, after the game, former Port Adelaide champion Bucky Cunningham spoke to their present champion Greg Phillips.
Greg, a tremendous win, and you'd be pretty happy about it. But it wasn't all your own way in that first half, was it?
No, it wasn't. I think it was a good toss to win actually today, Brian. You know, kicking with that breeze, and you know, sort of a little bit slow off the mark, but you know, we ended up being about a goal or 2 in front of the first quarter. So you know, I thought it was pretty important that we won the toss.
We all thought that breeze was worth about 5 goals, but you seem to play so much better in the second quarter into it.
Yeah, actually Norwood did play well in the first quarter, and you know, we wanted to be up by about 5 or 6 at quarter time, but to Norwood's credit, they hung in there and made our task even a little bit harder in the second quarter. So,
what about that third quarter?
Yeah, it's magic. Yeah, we come in here and John give us a bit of a roast at half time. We let Norwood get back in the time-on period. They kicked 3 goals and they got it out the centre and they done it with ease, and they looked like a bit of a threat. So we knew we all got together at half time and said it was do or die in that third quarter with a breeze, and you know, it's a credit to the players.
Are you leading the Backman's goal scoring competition at this stage, eh?
No, North East got 1 goal during the year, so we got 1 each, but I think that's probably about my last goal of my life, I think.
You quite enjoyed it, didn't you?
I did, actually. It was brought back some memories, but you know, I know all these blokes up the forward line sort of like kicking goals, and it's a bit of a different feeling when you kick a goal.
You've got another game in a couple of days' time, but Russell Johnson wasn't on the ground except for the first quarter. Is he okay?
He was okay. I seen him at half time. He was getting his ankle restrapped, so I think he might have just went over his ankle again, but we'll find out from the doctors.
Gavin Wanganeen and Scott Hodges also carrying
a slight injury, so yeah, it's a bit of a task. It's not long to come up for Glenelg, and you know, they've got to have plenty of treatment. We'll need those blokes.
Greg, tremendous game.
Thank you,
Thanks for your time.
Yep, love it.
Bucky Cunningham there talking to a great player in Greg Phillips. Looking at the best players for Port Adelaide, Borlays, Tregenza, Phillips had good players all over the ground. And for Norwood, harder to find their better players. Jarman, Stuitsky, Robin probably were their best 3 players. A magnificent crowd today at Football Park. A great atmosphere. 36,397. A fantastic first half of footy and a big crowd. OK, coming up after the break, highlights of the game today from the Allied Oval between the Double Blues and the Tigers. Back shortly.
Yes. In
Port Adelaide play. You see, she's blind.
Okay, Michelle, ready to do a take?
Yo!
Okay, here we go.
Port Adelaide's our residents, our players leading style onto the ground before a match. They never fail a smile, and when they hear that siren, that's when the battle starts. 'Cause winning is the only thing that's in our players' heart.
I barrack for Port Adelaide and I think they're the best team in the league. And I wanted to show how much I appreciated them as a team and as heroes, really.
Michelle has supported the Magpies all her life. She hopes the song will make the charts, like Andy Upton's The Magpies Expect to Win. If it does...
Most of the credit I'd like to go to Port Adelaide because they inspired me to write it and I think they deserve it.
Williams, Evans, Light! Mighty Magpies! Kinnear, Kale, Phillips! The Mighty Magpies! Abernathy, Jennifer, Fiacci! The Mighty Magpies! Yes, we're the Mighty Magpies and we don't give up, no way!
Michelle is quite a gal. All of these accolades poured onto a team and players she's never seen.
Big deal. I've seen George Fiacci and Greg Phillips and a couple of other players who were generous enough to let me see them. I was able to feel what they looked like. I just knew that some of them were cute and some of them weren't. You can feel such atmosphere in the crowd, you know, and you just see this great big picture of determination and guts. It doesn't matter what the footballers as individuals look like, you can just see a great big picture of people out there as one.
Yeah, but why hasn't she written a song about Glenelg?
I can't stand Glenelg.
Thank you. Thank you, Michelle. You can stop right there. Right, stop the camera. Thank you. That's interview over.
Bad sport.
Gone, the Magpie supporters. There it is. Port Adelaide champions in 1989. Well, good news. The Port Adelaide Football Club is getting behind.
Lieutenant Mike